So the new Epiphone 2026 range, Les Paul, inspired by Gibson, like their sort of middle range, I guess, not the high end inspired by Gibson custom, just the inspired by regular Gibson. Man, this is fantastic. Honestly, again, a couple of changes this year, right? Rosewood now instead of laurel, and this now has CTS pots as well, so American made pots. Grovers, yeah, tuning stability is fantastic on this. It's just, it feels great. Right, so out of the box, instantly picking it up, I could tell, again, with that new lacquer they're using, it really just feels premium. I can't stress that enough. It's such a feel thing. For me personally, I've talked about this loads before. I know the Inspired by Gibson custom range, it feels very similar to that now, almost like the same lacquer. To me, I can't really remember there being any difference. It's just so cool that they're not using that really thick poly finish they used to use that felt like there was like an inch of finish, an inch of like polyurethane on it, you know, and it was sticky and thick, and it's kind of like you just don't feel, those guitars felt cheap to me. They were still well made, but they felt cheap. This just feels premium. Now this is under £600 in the UK. So the Inspired by Gibson range is another like £400 to £500 more expensive than this. And is it worth it? I really don't know. With the rosewood and the lacquer they're using on just the regular Inspired by Gibson range now, and the CTS pots as well. Okay, this has got the Epiphone Pro backers in it. I'll put all the specs up on screen now. But it's a feel thing. I mean, the Grovers are excellent. You could change the pickups out in this, and you've got a guitar as good as the Inspired by Gibson custom range. Couple of gripes for me. Minor things. The switch, but I do miss a switchcraft, and you can tell the difference instantly, especially when you are switching. If you're kind of like mid solo or whatever, this is just very clunky. It's not very, you know, it's not very free flowing. Like a switchcraft is just really not loose, but just really smooth, and this just doesn't feel like that. So that's like a minor gripe. So the rosewood was quite dry out of the box, and I did hydrate it and then lemon oiled it as well, and that really helped. And you know, I had to adjust the truss rod and the bridge a little, but once I'd done those things, man, and they took, you know, that's like 10-15 minute job. It plays like butter and feels so good. So to be able to just take it out of the box and spend half an hour tops, you know, oiling the fretboard, tuning it up, adjusting the bridge and truss rod, and you've got a killer guitar. Absolutely killer. And like the weight again, but you know, this is £9.5, and I'm actually starting to think the weight doesn't matter, because these are just that good now, and it just feels like a Les Paul. It's the sustain on this is just awesome. Like unplugged, if I just like, I can feel it through my body when I'm strumming a chord, and it lasts a good while. And yeah, that's just the sort of solid wood. I don't think these have got long neck tenons like the Inspired by Gibson custom range, but still, the sustain is incredible. The finishing on the fretwork's excellent. There's not that I can tell playing this. If you really go up close and sort of rub your finger on each individual fret, you'll probably find a few maybe sharp edges, but you don't even notice it when playing, you know, because it's rolled and just really nice feeling. This is a 60s shape, so a bit thinner than the 50s, but it's not over thin at all. This is just a really nice feeling neck, and super playable, fast. This for me is as enjoyable and feels as good as the Inspired by Gibson custom range, truly. You know, there's mainly like aesthetic things with that. It's like you don't get mother of pearl here. These are pearloid, whereas you'd get actual mother of pearl on the Gibson custom, and obviously the headstock, you know, so they need a selling point, don't they, for the Inspired by Gibson custom range. If they start putting the Gibson open book headstock on these, then no one's going to buy the Gibson Inspired by Gibson custom range. So they've got to keep a few selling points for that range. That's obviously got Gibson custom buckers in it as well, whereas this is the Epiphone Pro buckers in this. These pickups are solid though, they're good. They are good pickups. Far better again than what you would have found in Epiphones 10 years ago. The whole package feels really well balanced. The thing I love most about these Epiphones is the feel of them now, the lacquer. They feel like really expensive instruments now, and anyone who's moaning and going on about, oh, it's not a real Gibson, it misses this, that and the other, I would say go and play one. Yeah, you obviously haven't played one, because I own a Maybach and a Les Paul Standard, and this feels better, frankly, than both of them, this lacquer. It's not nitro, but the nitro on my Les Paul Standard and the Maybach is a bit sticky, you know? It's a nitro, but it is a bit kind of sticky in places. This is not even sticky at all. So it's not going to age like those, but it feels damn nice to play, seriously. And I would just encourage people to play these. Do not think this is an Epiphone from 10 years ago, even 3 years ago. You know, they've only been using this lacquer now for about 18 months. I understand. And yeah, it's a total feel thing. You have to play these, try one. Don't forget you've got your return period in the UK, 14 days, 30 days with some retailers. Order one, play it, be blown away. If you're not, send it back. Another thing I was going to say is I see loads of other people saying this is a great entry level guitar or whatever. This might be sort of a stepping stone for people to move on. This is a giggable, professional quality instrument, right? I would gig this tonight if I was playing. I trust it that much after playing it for a week. Tuning stability, even with the weight, the pickups sound solid. It's just the total package. Again, Epiphone. Talk about upping the game. You know, I'm almost like running out of superlatives for how good they are in this price range now, because I cannot believe that this guitar is under £600. You know, if you play this and you go in with an open mind and you're not a brand snob or brand loyal, I really struggle to see why you'd go paying twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times more than this. Every year Epiphones seem to be improving, adding a little bit more, and they're trying to give you everything they possibly can for your money, which is what I love about this. I've enjoyed this more than any other guitar I've played under £1,000. That includes like the Silver Sky, all the Fenders, the Player 2 and the Vintera range. This is super, super, super fun. I would say check one out, you will not be disappointed. They are very, very, very cool. And it doesn't feel like £9.5 actually, it's crazy, but yeah. It's really, really fun. It makes me smile, it makes me want to pick it up. And I've got guitars here that are kind of like twice as expensive, you know, and I'm still really loving playing this and picking it up. So yeah, it's awesome. Thanks to everyone who's liked and commented and shared videos recently. I cannot genuinely from my heart thank you guys enough, because I think people understand what I'm trying to do here, and that is like make as honest a review as I possibly can, and together, you know, we can find these gems. And there's no need, like everyone's struggling and, you know, financially in the world at the moment. You know, don't spend money you don't need to spend. Keep tuning in, keep liking, keep commenting. For anyone who hasn't seen any of my videos, check my channel out, and if you like it, subscribe, and yeah, thank you again, and I will see you soon. Check one out, seriously, check one out.